Zidon Danny, Electro Ninja here, and welcome back to Nerd Chat here on Electro Ninja's Lab. I am here with my fellow host,
I'm Jack.
and today, of course, we are discussing our predictions for Pokemon Day, which is about 2 weeks away from now. Um, but just in case, we wanted to make sure that we discussed it. Um, and yeah, we'll see exactly what we do for next week. But this is our last. This is where we're going to fully discuss everything that we are expecting from Pokemon Day, and yeah. So, how much are you aware of what's been going on with Pokemon recently, Jack? Over the
Just
past few weeks.
leaks that are obviously fake.
Yeah, leaks that are obviously fake. Um, Pokemon has been posting like a whole bunch of stuff since I think the end of last year because they're so excited for the fact that this is the 30th anniversary. So they're doing like cool card stuff. So they're getting a lot of the card stuff taken care of right now. Um, the all of the phone games, the shitty games, pretty much every game that is not a main series game is getting massive stuff. With ZA kind of getting it is getting a little bit where it's going through each season. We're going to be getting a new Mega Evolution through doing its online battles, um, which is every 2 weeks we get that. And I believe that the last one should be happening soon. Exact days, I'm not 100% certain, but I know that we will be getting the last of the Mega Evolutions soonish. Let me see here. Because, yeah. Um, Swampert is currently available. Blazikenite should be available, I think, this upcoming week. Or maybe it's already available. I don't know. Not important right now. But yeah. It's going to be, I think it's either out now or it's going to be available next week. And that'll be the last of, as far as we're aware, that will be the last of the Mega Evolutions that we'll be getting from doing the online battles. If they're going to do any more, they might do the Garchomp Z, but we don't know exactly how that's going to work out. So, not going to speculate on that too much. But yeah, so the 27th is Pokemon Day. We know that there's going to be a big event happening. Um, and based on the fact that we're seeing so much going out right now, I personally I think that they're just going to focus on game reveals throughout all of that because they've been going crazy for like everything that is already out. So the TCG is getting has been getting stuff like crazy. The the merch side of things has been getting things like crazy. There was the pinball machine that was revealed yesterday, which what the frick? Holy cow! Um, this is they actually made like a physical pinball machine, which I think I sent that to you. Did you see it?
Yes.
Like, what do you think of that?
I don't know. If I was a collector, I feel like that would go really well in my basement.
Yeah, exactly. And like, I kind of would love to get it, but at the same time, oh, that is gotta be expensive as fuck. Um, and apparently there are like different versions, but it's basically just the box that is different. Yeah, it looks like so the standard version doesn't have it just has like a simple uh pull thing, and it's got a nice little red icon, or it's got a nice little setup. Okay, so both versions, both the premium edition and the pro edition, are pretty much the same, but they just have different boxes. And then the uh, limited edition has a freaking Master Ball as the plunger, which, oh my gosh, that is insane. But yeah, I would kind of love to be able to have that. Um, And but I also know that most likely this thing is going to be in probably a few arcades. I would not be surprised if before long we start seeing them in like round ones and other places like them. Um, like obviously they're probably going to be more in like Japan arcades because we don't really have that many here in America. But
True.
um, yeah, like the two big ones we'll probably see. So like round one and Dave and Buster's, they will probably have like probably like a massive amount of them, is my guess. Um, but I'm not even seeing. Do they have like a? Okay, I think they have something with that, but it's I don't know how exactly. Yeah, it's such a it's not going to be something that like every single person can get, and that's kind of to be expected. They also did like some merch that was like 30th anniversary, which I saw it and I'm not really that impressed with it. Did you see the Pokemon Center the 30th anniversary things merch?
No, I didn't see.
Okay, it's pretty simple. It's basically just like a whole bunch of just random stuff that has the 30th anniversary logo on it, and that's it. So it's whatever. It's basically like different shirts with like a printed on Pikachu with the 30 as his cheeks. Same thing goes for like the notebooks and other things like that. Honestly, kind of disappointed by it, but also like they are doing other things. Like they're doing the Miku collab, which that is very cute. I'm not a Miku person, so I would not. So I'm probably not gonna get it, but still, I will admit it's cute. Um, they are doing like some cool jackets and other things. They're doing all sorts of things. There's probably going to be a whole bunch of merch that is just going to be dropping constantly this year. Um, but yeah, the 30th collection, they have a few things. They have a few things that are not specifically that. I think they've got a different. They've got all of the different things that have to do with the who. What's your favorite Pokemon thing that they did for the Super Bowl? So each of the guests that they had, I think each of those things are getting a special. Those are getting special merch stuff. So like Lady Gaga, since she said Jigglypuff, there's like Jigglypuff stuff that's going crazy, um, and so on and so forth. Um, I'm not certain exactly what all of them are going to be, but that's what I'm seeing right now. They're probably going to do something where it's going to be every single one of them, but who knows? We'll see. Um, but yeah, that is pretty much. Those are like the things that are going on. I don't follow the TCG, so we're not going to talk much about that. But I think because of that, I think it's a reasonable assumption to make that what we're going to be seeing at Pokemon Day is probably just going to be the big games. So, first things first, and as well as movies. If there's going to be any major movies, they might be there. So, so first, let's go through some of the games that we know are coming, but we don't know what. We haven't really gotten much announcement about them. So, first off, Coliseum and XD, which are going to be coming to the GameCube thingamy. I'm forgetting what it's called exactly. The GameCube Classics for Nintendo. Do you think that is going to have whatchamadoodle? That is going to have functionality with Pokemon Home? Jack, did we lose you?
Sorry, watching a documentary.
You got distracted. That's fine. But yeah, do you think that Coliseum and XD, which we know are coming to the GameCube thing, do you think that they're going to be compatible with Pokemon Home?
Oh, I hope so.
Yeah, me too. With that as well, do you think that those are going to? Personally, I think that it would make a lot of sense for them to be like, here's a trailer for them at during Pokemon Day, and then be like, you can now play them, and then like it launches that day. I think that would make a lot of sense. What do you think?
Yeah, I would like that.
Yeah, like it comparatively, it really doesn't require that much to get those in, because it's basically just porting the game to the current system, um, onto that system. But at the same time, it also needs, if they are probably the reason why why it is taking so long is because of the fact that they wanted to make sure that it was going to be able to function with Pokemon Home. Um, because we've gotten like all sorts of classics for like Game Boy and yeah, specifically I'll just focus on Game Boy for that. But those have never included Pokemon. So part of me is thinking that that might be because they were uncertain on whether or not it would be able to work with Pokemon Home. And I think that's also but now they maybe they have they figured out exactly what to do, and that's why it's finally going to be coming there. And maybe it will be, like I said, hopefully it's going to be announced on Pokemon Day, and we get it Pokemon Day, because that would be a really good way to tide people over until the big event, which we'll get to. But yeah, another thing, and we've talked significantly about this, is every Pokemon game being playable on the Switch as like a simple port system. Exactly how it functions, we don't know. One of the things that I've kind of thought is like, well, they could have it be, if you have like the online the Nintendo Online, then you're able to just download this thing and it functions just like the GameCube classics, the Game Boy classics, all those. Um, which I think would be really cool. And then so they could do that, or they could also have it be a system where the standard thing is free, and maybe it comes with like, let's say, uh, red, blue, green, and yellow, like all of those different versions, um, including like the Japanese versus English versions, um, and then you could play all of those for free. But then if you pay for it, or if you purchase them for like, let's say like $10 at maximum, you're able to play any of other games. Like like maybe at maximum you pay $10, you get one of the one a generation. Like let's say that, um, because it would do a lot of good. For one thing, um, for one, it would allow people to finally play a lot of the older games that have never made their way to the Switch, um, and allow us to go back to our childhood at a relatively cheap price instead of having to pay through the nose in order to get in order to get a game. Like if we want to play Diamond, Pearl, or Platinum, if we don't have it, you gotta pay like $100 or something like, at minimum. Like frick, like if I go to eBay just for shits and giggles, what is, like, let's see what just comes up for Pokemon Platinum. Platinum DS. Oh well, that's not too bad. But okay, there is one version that's like $45, but I do not trust, or $46. I don't trust that for a second. Um, and then and then the next one is 120. So yeah, these prices are insane. They're all over the place, and I just. But surprisingly, eBay Platinum doesn't seem that bad right now, which is kind of funny. But also like I don't trust eBay, so yeah. Um, but yeah, like if you could choose any game, Jack, what game would you want to play? You are muted, by the way.
Yellow.
You want to play yellow? Fair.
Yeah.
Like, so you don't have. What games do you have actually? Just
All of them.
you have all of them. Okay. Like, all of them. All of them. Really?
Yeah.
Holy shit! I did not think that you did. Okay. But yeah, but yeah, imagine for a second if all of them were on the system. That would be amazing, and especially like a lot of the older games that were like on the Game Boy. Sure you can play them, but if their batteries die, that game is lost forever, and you're never getting it back. Like,
True.
yeah, that is something that terrifies me. So I have, I think I've talked to you a little bit about this. That I have both, yellow and gold, and gold is dead. Gold has died, and I really want to play gold, and you just can't at all because it's like I could play it for a little bit, but as soon as I start playing it, the game is gonna die. So
Yup.
like I can't save it, it's just dead. So
Yup.
yeah, it sucks. But
You can replace the battery in those old games.
yeah, you can, but it also like you have to be you have to since yeah. You do have to like if I wanted to do that, I would have to go to a place to get it fixed, and yeah. I don't know. It's fine. It's just something that I'll need to do at some point. But the point still remains is like if you want to play through that game is will be lost eventually. But another aspect of it is that is very important to think about is every single game before Pokemon or before anything that's on the Switch, you can't transfer those Pokemon to your modern games anymore, or back and forth. So if you want to use your very first Pikachu, or well, I don't think you could use your very first Pikachu from Pokemon Yellow, but like one of your first Pokemon from Pokemon Yellow, you can't transfer it up. Because there's like a stopping point I think between the gold, silver, crystal, and the Hoenn games. So you can't like transfer between those to Hoenn. And then but like if you have a DS, you're able to transfer from like the Game Boy Advance games up to the DS games. But then once you've done that, if you don't have Pokemon Bank, which is gone now, there is no way that you are transferring any Pokemon to any system if you didn't have Bank. If you didn't get Bank those years ago when it existed, those Pokemon are just gone forever. They're just stuck on the whatever game that they were on. So, yeah. That is one thing that really disappoints me about that. And I mean, granted, they could do something. I think where they could make let's say a DS cartridge, if they really wanted to, that has Pokemon Bank, and you can put that into your system. I don't know. I don't think that would necessarily work. And maybe it could like download Pokemon Bank onto your system. I don't know. Something. Because like it's impossible to do that now. So if they just like put all of the games onto the Switch, it's saving everything moving forward. So, yeah. I don't know. I have a lot of complaints about that. Please get all of the games onto the Switch. That would be fantastic. And make them cheap. They've made so much money off of these things, and It would be so much better if they were just on the system. But yeah. So that's that. Those are the old Pokemon games. Blah 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 blah. We've talked about that significantly. Um, let's talk about spin-offs, specifically Detective Pikachu, because there have been rumors. There have been a lot of rumors that Detective Pikachu, the movie, is getting a sequel. Would you be excited for that?
The movie?
The movie. Did you see the movie?
No.
Oh my gosh, you need to see it. It's the live action movie, and it's like, it's one of the few good video game movies. And it's one of those that like, people use this as the example for both video game movies and anime movies, as like, this is the perfect example of what you want out of out of a live action anime movie or a live action video game movie. This is the example that you point to. When it comes to like anime movies in general, a lot of people will point to Alita Battle Angel because that was also really good. But when it comes to video game movies and anime movies, a lot of people will point to Detective Pikachu. And there have been rumors that there is going to be a sequel. Which, personally, I'd be down for, but also, like, how is that happening? Pikachu is that Pikachu no longer talks. He is no longer voiced by Ryan Reynolds. Ryan Reynolds is out of the Pikachu. Sorry for spoilers, but yeah, that's what concerns me about it. Is like, are they going to do some weird fuckery again, where somehow he's in there again? Who knows? But yeah, I don't know. I'd still be down for Detective Pikachu no matter what they do with that. But at the same time, I'm kind of concerned. So, yeah, I don't know. But also, like, in terms of like spin-off games, what are some that you would love to see come back as like a sequel or something?
Spin-off game. Let's see.
So like, think Poke Park, or which I don't think Poke Park is getting anything, unfortunately, just due to the fact that now they have the actual park and they don't want to confuse people. But its spiritual successor is Pokopia, so, which we already know enough about that. We just want it to come out.
Precisely.
But yeah, but like Mystery Dungeon games and other things like that.
Mystery Dungeon would be fun.
Yeah. When was the last Mystery Dungeon, actually? That's my question. Let's see here. Games. Side series. Mystery Dungeon. Was it Rescue? Oh, okay. It was Rescue Team DX, which I think is a port, or it's a remake, or yeah, it's a remake of the original, which was Red and Blue, Team Red and Blue, which is fine. It's whatever. So that was on the Switch. So I guess that's fine. But that was in 2020. I would like. Personally, I'd like to see something that like uses something similar to ZA's battle style for Mystery Dungeon. I think that would be really fun.
Ooh, Mystery Dungeon with ZA battle style. That's like the dream game.
That would be amazing. Um, but yeah, the last fully new one was Super Mystery Dungeon on the 3DS, which was right after Gates to Infinity. I think I have. Do I have Super? I think I have Super Mystery Dungeon. I could be wrong though, but I think that had Mega Evolution in it. Yeah, so that had Mega Evolution in it, which is just kind of insane to think about. Um, but yeah, that was the last standard one. So like, we haven't had a mystery dungeon with Draculization, Z crystals, freaking Gigantamax, any of the cool little mechanics that we've gotten since X and Y. So we don't have any of those yet. So that would be an interest. Personally, I think that would be really fun to see them do something like that, where they like allow you to actually do some stuff with that as well. But I'm not certain how they would handle it. Let's see here. Pokemon Ranger. There were the 3 Ranger games. Did you ever play any of those?
No, I didn't.
Okay. That's not surprising. Most people didn't play any of them. But supposedly they're really good, and I would love to actually, like, even if they were just, like, ported to the modern systems, I think that would be a lot of fun. The biggest problem with why they haven't been ported is because of the fact that they required a lot of the circling. They required the stylus, so they weren't really that they weren't really useful, or they wouldn't be playable on the Switch really. So that's an issue. But they might maybe if they like rework the mechanics, I think that could be really interesting. But yeah, I don't really think we need to talk about Rumble. I don't think there's any possibility of them doing something with Rumble.
Yeah, no.
that was a trash fire. Oh my gosh. I mean, it would be kind of interesting to see like Hey You Pikachu or Pokemon Channel get fixed, but that's not happening. Sorry. Pokepark, like I said, I don't think that's gonna happen because instead we have Pokopia, and that's kind of its spiritual successor. Would it be nice to see those get ported? Absolutely. I loved Pokepark and Pokepark 2. They were so much fun. Pinball, I don't think they're going to do it. They might port those, but I don't think they're going to. They have puzzle games. They have Detective Pikachu we already know about. Pokemon Snap was recently updated, so I don't think we need to worry about that. I don't know what Traze was. Those are different things. Okay. And then a lot of these other things are just like, okay, yeah. Okay. I think that everything else is whatever. Oh! Pokemon Conquest. That would be interesting to see show up again. Did you ever play that?
Never.
Or do you even know what it is?
I haven't even heard of it.
Okay. So it's a strategy game, very similar to that of, like, say, Fire Emblem or Final Fantasy Tactics, where you like you move your Pokemon to different spots on the board. I never played it because I just didn't have I never got it, but I would love to see that return. I think that would be a lot of fun. It was kind of the problem was that it was during the major time during the time of Black and White, and I was not that big of a fan of the thing at the time, so I didn't get it. But at the same time, it looked really cool. So yeah, there's that. But yeah, one thing I do want to say really quick, I don't want to see a single phone game. I don't care. I don't think. I think that has been a major thing that people have been saying, pretty much every Pokemon Day, in the past few years. We don't want to see any phone games on at Pokemon Day. Period.
Yeah, no.
They need to stop that. They really need to stop that. Um, we do not care. Like, yes, there are people who care, but most of the fans who are tuning into this do not care. We don't care about Pokemon Sleep. We don't care about Pokemon Friends. Pokemon Friends was a bad fucking idea. Cafe Remix is fine, but it is not something that most people care about. Unite is not something that most people care about. Sure, there's a lot of people who do care about Go, but it's not the mass majority. There are so many Pokemon fans who hate Pokemon Go. So, yeah. Same thing goes for Pokemon Masters, whatever the fuck it is. Because that is a gacha game. People don't like gacha games. We are tired of them. Especially here in America. America is tired of gacha games. So drop them. Seriously. But yeah. In terms of like anything, I'm trying to think of like what else there could be. Obviously there was the core games, which would be fantastic to see those get see all of those get ported. I would like to see both. So, like I said, when it comes to if they were to put all of the original games onto the Switch, everything that like, I'm not gonna be like saying, oh, we need every single one of them, because already we have all of the ones that are on the Switch. They're on the Switch. We don't need to worry about that. You can get them very easily, but everything from Red. From the original Red and Green in Japan all the way to Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, those need to get ported. Put them all on there. Not everyone is going to like every single one of them, but the ability to actually play your favorite Pokemon game once again and be able to transfer those Pokemon into your current save files. Personally, I think a lot of people are going to be ecstatic about that.
Yeah, same.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I do think that we will see some stuff from Pokopia. I think that would be very foolish of me to say, oh, we're not getting anything from Pokopia. It's the last frickin' week before that game comes out. Right? Yeah. Yeah, so Pokemon Day, the 1 week, actually, 1 day less than a week after Pokemon Day is Pokopia. So so if they don't do some big trailer for it, they're missing out. They really should make sure that they do something for that, because otherwise they're being dumb. I don't think they might reveal more characters, but I also don't necessarily think that they will. I think the most likely option that they're going to do is they may talk about Smearguru, Pikachu, or Moslax a little bit more. But I think that is as far as they're going to go. Because we already got the stuff for Professor Tangrowth. We already got the Ditto stuff. But we don't really know that much about Smearguru. We don't know much about Pikachu. And we don't know much about Moslax. In terms of like other Pokemon, who knows? We'll see. We'll see what happens. But I think it's going to be a lot of fun. Pokopia is going to be amazing. Let's just be honest here. But yeah, and then I guess we should talk about the big question. The next major Pokemon game. I really don't know. So I think, firstly, we know when is so we know that Pokemon Champions is coming out sometime this year. When exactly, we don't know. So that's probably going to get some talk about. We're not going to focus on it. Uh, but because it's coming out, I think that it's important to think about what could happen with Gen 10. And I feel like there's a lot that they can do with Gen 10. Obviously, there's all the leaks and rumors about winds and waves, which, do we believe that? I don't know. I still don't feel like we should trust it. What do you think about that?
I'm not getting my hopes up on anything until I hear Pokemon themselves say it.
Yeah, I think that's just honestly the best option for Pokemon Day. Um, but what are some things that you would like them to do? So like for example, I'm really hoping that they're gonna let you ride every single one of your Pokemon. At least that it would make sense. I really hope that they do that.
Just walking around on the back of Machoke.
Yes, exactly. Or having it carry you, because that's what it did in Sun and Moon, the Sun and Moon series.
Yep.
So yeah, like sure, it would take a lot of work to do that, but at the same time, they've been working on whatever this game is for a while. They have been they've been working on this in secret uh for a while. Exactly how long we don't know. Um but we have some good hints that they've been working on it for a while. Like the Gen 10 leaks, I think that the first batch of them actually leaked before ZA got announced. I think. I could be wrong, but I think that's what it was. It was a very small amount of leaks, but it was basically like that was where we got the where we got the name Winds and Waves, and that was it. I think that was all that we got for that, and nobody believed it because at the time there weren't that much. There wasn't that much. But yeah, I would love to see Pokemon. I really would. Being able to ride on your Pokemon would be fantastic. And also allowing you to have like all of your Pokemon be out with you would be another amazing thing. I don't think they're going to do that where every single one of your Pokemon is going to be out with you. My guess is that it's probably just going to be like your main Pokemon is going to be able to come out with you. But
yeah,
who knows? But I would love that. I would love to see that happening, and getting to be able to hang out with my Pokemon. And I am really, really hoping that because of the amazing feedback on ZA, how much people loved this game, that they take that information and they push it forward to to whatever this game is going to be. I'm just going to call it Winds and Waves or Gen 10 because that's currently the assumed name of it. I'm not going to say that is a guarantee. It most likely is not going to be the name of it. We'll see. But yeah, I don't know. But
even
I'm really
if it was, I feel like they would change it now.
They probably would. My guess as to what most likely is like that might have been a placeholder name. I don't know about what's going on with the starters. If the leaked starters are real, they can't really change those as easily.
Yeah, no.
Like that could have just been like some pre-art that they allowed to leak, and they're actually going to look very different from that. But
yeah,
I could see
true.
that. I could see that happening. But I like Winds and Waves. You can change the name so easily. So even if that is the case, even if like so much of the Gen 10 leaks were real, there's gonna be some major differences that are gonna happen, because they really do not want people to. They are not gonna want people to know about these things. Um, but I guess like a few things I'm curious to know what you think is, do you think they're going to do something similar to what they did in Scarlet and Violet, where you have the main legendary from the get go?
I think they've kind of set a precedent for that.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, they kind of have, haven't they? Because like Nebby was with us throughout all of Sun and Moon, both versions. There wasn't really any Pokemon at there wasn't I can't speak. Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee. Those were just remakes, basically. Sword and Shield did have the Pokemon kind of in the background the entire time, and then now with Scarlet and Violet, they've done that. And same thing goes for ZA. They have like Zygarde has been around you this practically the entire time, which is a little bit disappointing. But at the same time, it kind of makes sense. Um, but yeah. Um, Also, do you think that they're gonna have major character customization? Like
Well, I
similar,
hope so.
like my hope is that it's similar, but hopefully better than what we had in ZA. They did so much good stuff when it came to ZA, not only allowing you to fully customize your character, but um, yeah, it's great. I do kind of wish that one thing that I would like to see is if they are going to do something like what they did in ZA, where you choose your gender and your rival has a gender, there is gendered variants of them. I think that you should be able to choose which variant it is. So instead of you chose male, so you get Tawny, or you chose female, so you get Urbane, I think that you should be able to get
Yeah.
whichever one you chose. Um, and also, just a little thought, maybe add the ability to have multiple save files. Just saying.
Yes. Yes.
This has been an issue with Pokemon forever, but if they did that, it doesn't even have to be that many. It really doesn't. But give us the ability to have multiple save files, because like it's a small amount of people who would want to do this. Well, like people who have been asking for it is small, um, but like you like playing through games multiple time these games multiple times, especially the most recent ones. I would love to go through as like a special variant of it. Like imagine being able to go into the game and set up a character that is going to be like a Nuzlocke or something or whatever, some special version. Um, like imagining having the ability to do that without having to delete your save file would be amazing. That would be truly fantastic. So please do that. Um, it's actually like a similar situation to one of the people that that we've talked a little bit about is MNJTV. He goes through all of these games so many times with like basically pretending to be different characters. He's done his Team Sky playthroughs. He's done his standard playthroughs for almost every game as they came out. Um, and then he's done a lot of things like that where it's been like, here's this, here's that, blah 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 blah. Um, so do something like that. It would be a lot of freaking fun. Um, and allowing people to look at the fact that there are many people who still want to play multiple versions of it, and then do that. Um, Another thing to also think about is I think that they should give players the option to not have to trade their Pokemon in order to get for trade evolutions.
True.
Like, I understand that they want to have people communicating and all that jazz, but at the same time, there are many, many people who do not want to do that. It is currently to the there's kind of this thing that people are saying is that there've been setups recently where people will get like a whole bunch of Pokemon that they trade back and forth, and they have like they've created these very special codes that everyone knows. Okay, this is the Pokemon that you trade. You trade it first, you trade it back. Done. Partially that was started by Austin John Plays, but it's been going on from everyone shares them at this point. So that works, but at the same freaking time, people don't necessarily want to be doing that. People would like to be able to just evolve their Pokemon. So something like the Link Cord as just a usable item would be a great idea. But yeah, I don't know. Yeah. So frick. What's another thing that you think should be uh, in this game, in Gen 10?
In Gen 10. Quite honestly, I like the idea of only being able to get starters in post game.
Oh, you mean like your the extras?
Yeah.
That's fair.
I understand that with mystery trade and everything, it's gonna happen sometimes.
Yeah.
But
Like obviously there are there is the ability to trade Pokemon. There is the ability to breed your Pokemon. That's fine. But what you're saying is like in your base game, you should not be able to get any of the other starters until the post game, but you should be able to get all of them in the post game.
correct.
Okay. Yeah, that was something that Arceus did really well, actually, and ZA I think also did it pretty well. But
Yeah.
I especially liked Arceus because of the way that they handled it. Where yeah, these the other two starters they're just sitting, they're just hanging out at the lab, and then at the end of the game you can go in and get them, and then sure there is a way to get more, but it's also kind of tricky. So I would like to, yeah, I agree that that would be a very fun idea. And they did a similar thing with Scarlet and Violet, but I don't think. Could you get any of the starters in Scarlet and Violet without trading? Like the base starters?
No.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I thought. I wasn't 100% certain. Um, yeah, I'm just gonna make 100% certain because I'm pretty sure that you're right that it wasn't. Yeah. Yeah. So that's the only way. So that was only through breeding. You bred your Pokemon and then you traded them to other people, and I think like some people had set up codes so that you could get the others.
Yeah, there was a standard code to get the others.
So that was a good option. That was a really good option. But yeah. Oh, here's another question. How many Pokemon do you think there will be in the final how many more Pokemon do you think they'll add in this game?
You know, I would really like a situation like Blueberry Academy where there's some from like every it generation.
Okay.
Just kind
Yeah,
of a smattering of a
like
mix of everything.
specific areas where you're able to get the older Pokemon, so that eventually you can get all 1,000 whatever Pokemon. Is what you're saying, right? Or am I misunderstanding?
Yeah, I mean that seems large.
It is large. It is a lot of Pokemon. I mean,
But I
honestly,
think maybe by like post game slash DLC, then you should have all 1010.
yeah, because I think that that's fair. I think, yeah, the vast majority of Pokemon I think should so how many are there? I'm just double checking how many there are. One sec.
My Pokemon Home says 1010,
There's more than that. I'm already
but I have a
past.
complete Pokedex.
So Petront was 1,025.
Oh,
So I don't know what that is, but what you're missing. But Petront
interesting.
was the most recent one. So yeah. Um. So yeah. I mean, granted. Let's say I think in terms of like legendaries, I think there's like 100, give or take. Um. So even without those, we're nearly at 1,000. Uh. Uh. No matter what we do, even if we cut all of the legendaries from the game, we're pretty close to 1,000. So,
Yeah.
and how many? Let's see. So, uh, as of Indigo Disc, or no, not well. Yeah, as of Indigo Disc, how many Pokemon were there by that point? That was I had a lot. So Indigo Disc had 161 Pokemon. At least that's what this says. Um, which I believe that Kitakami had had 100. So Teal Mask, I think that was 100 Pokemon, give or take. This says 95, but yeah, somewhere out there. Um, which I think that it was a little bit different than that, but yeah. And then obviously Scarlet and Violet itself had 300. I want to say, give or take. Is that right?
I think you're right, yeah.
So yeah, like granted, that's only like 500 Pokemon with the DLC. um, and no matter what they do, they're gonna add more Pokemon. Like I would say, there's only been one generation where they didn't add at least 100 Pokemon, and that was X and Y. And part of the reason why they didn't add 100 Pokemon for that was because of the fact that we had the all the Mega Evolutions and stuff, and so yeah, every single one had at least 100 Pokemon that was added. So at minimum, we're gonna be at like 1,120 something, which I would not be surprised if it's more than that. I wouldn't even honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if we were at 1,200, um, give or take. Obviously, I don't think it's gonna be that many, but the concept is there. This could be a very big generation if they really want it to be. So, yeah. Um, but yeah, by the end of it, it would be there. There's so many freaking Pokemon. Holy shit. Um, But yeah, I don't know. I would love to see. I'd love to see what they do. Let that be very clear. I would love to see what they plan to do um, with Gen 10 and however much they do. I think a reasonable assumption to make would be maybe 500 total. Let's say if we're being very generous, let's say there are 500 Pokemon in the base game Pokedex. If they wanted to, they could then add the remaining 500 over the course of however many DLCs that they're gonna have. Um, Probably gonna be like one, probably two. They're probably gonna have two DLCs at maximum.
There needs to be two like Scarlet and Violet, by which I mean you buy the whole thing and it comes out in two separate parts.
Yes, yes, yeah. Which is basically what they've done for all of the DLC so far. The only exception to that rule is the Legends games. Arceus didn't get DLC, and ZA only got one, and it's probably not going to get more. There is like some. Speaking of, do you think that they're going to talk at all about ZA during Pokemon Day?
Maybe.
Yeah, I highly doubt that they're going to do anything, but maybe they'll talk about the what's gonna happen in season 8. I think is what's next. What will be next by that point? Season 8 of the ranked battles. Like maybe they'll reveal, okay, congratulations, you've played through the game. Season 8 is going to last forever, or something like that. You will be able to go. Like that would be an interesting thing to do, I think. And because it's fine the way that it currently is, but it will allow people to go through and play through the game, and it will allow them to then get all of the Mega Stones through the ranked battles. And I think that would make some sense, at least. And it would allow people to that will be the way that they get all of their Mega Stones and all that jazz. And that way they don't have to be constantly updating it and stuff like that, and they can just be like, this is the final version, this is how it's going to stay for however long it is. You can have battles with your friends using the other method, that's fine. Obviously you can set up your rules like that, but ranked battles, this is how you get it from this point forward. It is just a thing so that you can get you can go in, get your Mega Stones, and get out, and never have to worry about it again, or something like that. I don't know, because we know there's still one more Mega Evolution. It has been, it's in the files. We know that Mega Garchomp Z is in the files of ZA, so most likely, if they're gonna do anything about ZA during the DLC or during the trailer or during Pokemon Day, it's just gonna be like, here's how you get frickin' Mega Garchomp Z, and that's it. So yeah, but yeah, I would love to see. I can't wait for Gen 10. It's gonna be a lot of fun to see that, whatever they decide to do. But yeah, I think their main focuses are going to be, one, Pokopia. Talk about Pokopia, get that as like, here's your last trailer for Pokopia. Enjoy, go have fun with Pokopia in a week. Do something with Champions to basically reveal its release date, or maybe it will release on Pokemon Day. That's also a possibility. And like, here you go. This is what we're going to be doing from this point forward. So get your setups so that you're ready to go for the big event that's going to be happening in a few months or whatever. Get ready for Pokemon. Get ready for Worlds or whatever it is. I think that's what's next.
I think that's right.
So, Yeah, get ready for Worlds. Here's one little. Here's a little bit for for ZA. Either a free DLC, if they're gonna do anything, if they are gonna reveal any DLC, make it free because you already, yeah. We've already spent so much money on it. Uh, or just have it be the last season. Reveal the last season, season 8, as like, hey, this is what's gonna happen, and that's it. I'm hoping that they reveal something about like other games being able to replay old games on the Switch. I think that would be very fun to do. They're most likely, I think that they will at least briefly talk about Coliseum and XD. So that as like, hey, this is it is coming. Here is the release date, or hey, it's releasing today. Go get it. Enjoy. You're able to transfer your Pokemon from this into Pokemon Home. So that's there's that, and then finally go deal with stuff about Gen 10, and I really think that that is going to be their main focus throughout the like, I would say maybe make like half the thing, however long it's going to be, have half the thing just dealing with Gen 10. Like, little trailers for everything else, but Gen 10 is the focus. That should be the main focus. We don't need to see anything for the mobile games. We don't need to see anything for anything else beyond that. So yeah. That's what I have to say.
All right, Forrest Gump.
Oh, sorry. Just yeah. No mobile games. No more mobile games. We don't need them. But yeah, very little for ZA. I don't think they're going to really talk about Violet. Scarlet. Do you think there's any chance that they're going to talk about Scarlet and Violet?
I would be pretty shocked.
Yeah. So, yeah, probably nothing for them. And yeah, I think that's pretty much it. I don't know. Part of me would really like to see like what they like. What are they planning? Sure, they could reveal a lot of cool games, and hopefully, hopefully they got all of the phone games shit out of their systems already, because they've been talking about those. And we can just focus on seeing all of the ZA stuff, or not ZA stuff, but Gen 10 stuff. I would also like to see like something, and I don't think that they're going to, but something about the next Legends game. I think that could be very fun. But I also don't think that they're going to, because if they are revealing Gen 10, which I think they are, they do not want to distract people from Gen 10. So, but anyways, guys, I think that's where we'll call it for today. Hopefully you've enjoyed today's nerd chat, and hopefully everyone had a very happy Valentine's Day yesterday if you were celebrating. And yeah, anyways, guys, I've been Electro Ninja, he's been Jack, and we will see you guys next time. But on.